Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Good morning. All the Sevadari brothers and sisters who have arrived from Maharashtra. So we extend a warm welcome to all of you in your home, that is Madhuban. Today's Murli's date is 12th January. So each one is granting visions through their activities, whether each one is a swan or a stroke. The strokes always cause sorrow because they are vicious. The swans never cause anyone sorrow. So that's why Baba explains you are becoming a swan from a stroke, and you have to have a divine intellect, then you have to make everyone have that divine intellect. So Baba says you have to conquer the lust, because we heard the song which was based on purity. So Baba also draws our attention towards this virtue or quality. Baba says, since you have to go to that pure world, you are going to receive that sovereignty. So we become pure with happiness. Baba says that pure world, that perfect world is like a temptation. So in order to go to that world, it becomes easy for us to then become pure. Let's listen to Baba's Murli. The essence, sweet children, you have to go to a pure world. Therefore, conquer lust, the great enemy. Become conquerors of lust and thereby the conquerors of the world. You have to go to a pure world, therefore conquer lust, the great enemy. Become conquerors of lust, thereby the conquerors of the world. Question: what vision can you grant everyone through your activity? Answer: each one of you can grant a vision as to whether you are a swan or a stroke through your activity. Swans never cause anyone sorrow. Strokes cause sorrow because they are vicious. You children are now becoming swans from strokes. The duty of you children who are becoming those with divine intellects is to make everyone else into the ones with the divine intellect. Baba says the duty of you children who are becoming those with the divine intellects is to make everyone else into the one with the divine intellect. Om Shanti. When you say Om Shanti, you remember your original religion. You also remember your home, because when we use this expression thrice, then we remember our original religion, then our residence, that is the land of silence, then Shiva Baba. But you mustn't sit just there at home. You are the children of the Father, and so you definitely have to remember your heaven. So by saying Om Shanti, all of this knowledge enters your intellect. I, a soul, I am an embodiment of peace. I am a child of the Father, the ocean of peace. Second time when we use that expression, because my Father is the ocean of peace, so I am also the child of such a Father. So the Father who establishes heaven is making us into the embodiments of purity and peace. The main aspect is purity. It is the world that becomes pure and impure. Not a single vicious person exists in that pure world. In the golden age, you don't find even a single impure person. The five vices exist in this impure world, and that's why it is called a vicious world. So Baba says there isn't a single human being who is completely viceless. So Baba says, of course, that there is the presence of that vice in every human being. The only difference is that its percentage may vary. So Baba says that's called viceless world. While coming down the ladder from this viceless world, you come into this vicious world. That's a pure world and this is an impure world. That is the day happiness. This is the night of wandering, because everyone falls asleep at night. So no one wanders. If there is an emergency, then only people just go out at night. In fact, no one wanders at night, but devotion is said to be like wandering. You children have now come here to attain salvation. You souls were full of all those sins. You had the five vices. Of those, the main vice is lust, because the body consciousness is the root cause of all these vices, and the first it gives birth to this vice, that is lust. It's through this that human beings become sinful souls. Everyone knows that he or she is an impure and sinful soul. Because of one vice of lust, all qualifications are ruined. Because whatever actions we perform under this body consciousness, all those actions become sinful actions. So Baba says, because of one vice of lust, that is, all the qualifications are just ruined. This is why Baba says, conquer lust, you will become the conquerors of the world, which means the masters of the new world. So therefore, you should have so much happiness in you. When human beings become impure, they don't understand anything. The Father says you shouldn't have any of these vices. The main vice is lust. Baba says, of course, we shouldn't have the trace of any of these vices. The worst one is lust. In yesterday's Murli, Baba said, even one shouldn't have the trace or bossiness, that is the child form of anger. So we shouldn't have a trace of any of this. So Baba says the first one is that lust. There is so much upheaval because of this. There is so much peacelessness in every home. So when those who come and adopt the path of knowledge, there will be so much peacelessness in that home. There are cries of distress everywhere. Why are there cries of distress in this world? Because they are called devils. You now understand that nothing in this world is useful. Baba says nothing in this world is useful. The haystack has to be set on fire. Whatever you see with your physical eyes is going to be set ablaze. Souls can't be set on fire. It's as though, do you think souls can be set on fire? There is this slok which says that weapons cannot destroy the soul, or fire cannot destroy that soul. So Baba says the soul is, it's like constantly alive. It's as though it's constantly insured. Does anyone ever insure a soul? Because when it's like eternal, there is no point in insuring such thing. So Baba says bodies are insured, souls are imperishable. It's been explained to you that, children, this is a play. Souls reside up above and they are completely separate from these 5 elements. All the things of the world are created from these 5 elements. So Baba says the 5 elements they play a very important role in creating this world, but the souls are completely different from these 5 elements, and they're not made of these 5 elements even. That's why they reside up above from these 5 elements. Souls are never created and they always exist. It's just that they become charitable souls and sinful souls. When the soul becomes vicious, the soul is a sinful soul. When the soul becomes viceless, the soul is a charitable soul. So the names are given to souls, that is charitable soul or sinful soul. Souls become so dirty because of these 5 vices. The Father has now come to liberate you from these sins. It is the vices that ruin one's whole character. How do you differentiate between a good character and a bad character, or good manners or bad manners? Baba says it is the vice that ruins one's character. People don't even understand what a good character is. This is the highest on high spiritual government. Instead of you being called the Pandav's government, you can be called the godly government. You understand that you are the godly government. What does the godly government do? What does it do? So what does godly government do? It makes souls pure and changes them into deities. Where else do deities come from? No one knows this. Deities are also human beings, but how did they become deities and who made them those? Of course, deities are also just like human beings, but how did they become deities? That's the secret, that which is being explained to everyone. And how did they become deities and who made them those? Deities only exist in heaven. The residents of heaven definitely become the residents of hell, and then they become the residents of heaven once again. And you didn't know this, and how could anyone else know it? Baba says Baba's children themselves, they don't know, then how could anyone in the world know? So you now understand that this drama is predestined and all of these souls are actors. This is the unlimited Brahma. There are n number of actors. Keep all of these aspects in your intellects. You should have this study in your intellects, and you also definitely have to become pure. It's very bad to become impure. It is souls who become impure. They continue to become impure with one another. It's your business to make impure ones pure. Become pure, you will go to that pure world. Your souls understand this. If there is no soul, the body can't remain and can't respond. You souls understand that originally you resided in that pure world. Baba says the moment that soul leaves the body becomes the dead body and it becomes a cause. How can it respond even? You souls understand that originally you resided in a pure world. The Father has now explained that how you became completely senseless and that this is why you became worthy of this impure world. Baba says that's why you became worthy of this impure world. Now until you become pure, you can't become worthy of heaven. Comparison with heaven is also made at this conference age, and because we will not have this knowledge in the golden age, this understanding is only given at this time, and the contrast also can be known at this time. Baba says there is no comparison made here. It's only at the confluence age that you receive all of this knowledge. You receive the weapons with which to become pure. Only the one is called Purifier Baba. You tell him, Baba, make us pure like them. They are the masters of heaven. You know that you were the masters of heaven, and while taking 84 births, you became impure. This one has been named Sham Sundar. They make the dark images, that is dark blue images of Krishna, but they don't understand the meaning of that, because Sri Krishna is also called as Sham Sundar. He has been shown with this dark color. Even if you visit any temples of Sri Krishna, it's like the idol is made with that black stone. So Baba says, but they don't understand the meaning of that. You receive such a clear understanding of Krishna. When was he good and when did he become ugly? So the soul of Sri Krishna becomes like beautiful and ugly. They have shown two worlds, but in fact there are no two worlds. There is only one world which becomes heaven and hell. So when it is heaven, the hell doesn't exist. So what people have shown, like there are 2 or 3 different worlds. One is up above and one is beneath the earth. So Baba says this is just, it's false. There is only one world and it becomes new and then it becomes old. At first, a baby is new and then as he grows up, he becomes old. You beat your head so much to explain to them. You are establishing your own kingdom. Lakshmi and Narayan also understand this, didn't they? They became so sweet by understanding this. Baba says these deities have become that perfect because they understood the knowledge. That's why they became sweet. Who explained to them? God. There is no question of a war. God is so sensible and knowledgeful because Baba is the ocean of knowledge and he makes us the master ocean of knowledge. Baba is so pure. All human beings All human beings go and bow down in front of an image of Shiva, but they don't know who he is and what he is. No one knows the accurate and the true introduction of Shiva because devotees worship Shiva Baba a lot, but they don't understand. They simply continue to say Shiv Kashi Vishwanath Ganga, that is the temple of Shiva at Kashi where the Ganges emerged from the Lord of the world. They don't understand the meaning of that at all. When you explain to them, they say, "What can you explain to us?" Suppose when you give the introduction of Shiv Baba to any of the pilgrims in Kashi, they say that we, or scholars or rishis or saints, they say that we have studied all the Vedas and scriptures. So what will you explain to us? However, no one knows what the kingdom of Rama is. The golden age, that new world is called the kingdom of Ram. Those of you who imbibe this are also number wise. Baba says those who remember all these things, of course that's number wise. Some of you even forget this because your intellects are just completely like a stone. So it's the duty of those with divine intellects to make others the same. Those with stone intellects will continue with the same activity. Because even while being explained, if they don't understand, Baba says their activity just continues. Because there are swans and strokes. Swans never cause anyone sorrow. The strokes always cause sorrow. Some behave completely like strokes because they have all the vices. Many very vicious ones come here too. They are called devils. They can't be recognized. Many vicious ones even go to various centers because initially when someone comes to Baba's home or center, usually it's quite common that they have those vicious things, but the transformation of course takes place. But here Baba says many vicious ones even go to various centers. They make excuses and say that they are Brahmins, but that's a lie. This is called a world of lies. Because in the Iron Age, telling lies is just, it's common. That new world is the world of truth. It is just the confluence age. It's now the confluence age. There is so much difference. Those who tell lies and do everything false, they become third grade. Baba says, those who tell lies and they do everything false, they become third grade. There are first grade and second grade too. Baba says those who have that cleanliness and honesty in their lives, they are first grade. Those who take the support of falsehood, that is, they are third grade. Baba says you have to give the complete proof of your purity. Some say that, Baba, it's impossible to live together and remain pure. Because in this iron-aged world, people of the world think it's highly impossible because the entire world itself is vicious. Therefore, you children have to explain to them that how can they remain pure. Baba says because some don't have any power of yoga, they aren't fully able to explain something as easy as this. No one explains to them that it is God who is teaching us here. Baba said, now where do we get the power to imbibe that purity? Because it is direct knowledge which is given by God. So we have to explain to others that it is God's knowledge. So he says, by becoming pure, you will become the masters of heaven for 21 births. That's the pure world. There can't be anyone impure in that pure world. The five vices don't exist there. And that's the viceless world, and this is a vicious world. Baba says that is the viceless and this is the vicious. We are receiving the sovereignty of the golden age, and therefore, why shouldn't we become pure for one birth? Baba says when we are, because the attainment is so high and elevated, so Baba says we are winning such a lottery. So the souls always feel, why shouldn't we? When we are winning such a big lottery, and this is why there is so much happiness. Deities are pure. Only the Father makes you pure from impure. Therefore, you should tell them you are given this temptation. Because we know when we become pure, what do we receive? What are we going to become? Only the Father makes you become like them. No one but the Father can make this world new. Only the God comes to change humans into deities. This night of his is remembered. It is said, because people say that is Shivratri, so that day is of course remembered. It is said the knowledge, devotion and disinterest. Knowledge and devotion are each for half the time. That is the golden and the silver age is of knowledge, that is the day. And night refers to the copper and the iron ages. And when do you have that unlimited disinterest for the old world? That is at this confluence age. So why do we have this disinterest? Because it's the time to go home. Therefore, you now have to return home. Therefore, you have to shed your costumes, that is your bodies. You no longer have to live in this dirty world. So the cycle of 84 births has now come to an end. We now have to return to that pure world via the abode of peace. Where do we go first? We go to the land of silence, then to the land of happiness. First of all, you mustn't forget the aspect of Alpha. You children also understand that this old world is to be destroyed. The Father is establishing a new world. The Father has also come many times to establish heaven. Hell is to be destroyed. Hell is so big and heaven is so small. Baba says how the world just has grown. Heaven, that world itself would be small. In that new world, there is just one religion, and whereas here there are innumerable religions here. Who established that one religion? It wasn't Brahma who did. Brahma becomes impure, then pure. Brahma Baba himself did effort to become pure. So you wouldn't say of me that impure one becomes who becomes pure. Baba says when they are pure, they are called Lakshmi and Narayan, and there is the day of Brahma and the night of Brahma. This one is Prajapita. Shiv Baba is called the eternal creator, and the word eternal refers to the Father. The Father is eternal and the souls too are therefore eternal. This play is also eternal. The same things gets repeated and it repeats after 5,000 years. So this drama is predestined. The self, the soul receives this knowledge of the beginning, middle and end of the whole duration of the whole world cycle. Who gives this? The Father. You belong to the Lord and the Master for 21 births. Then you become orphans in the kingdom of Ravan. It is then everyone's character is spoiled because the vices enter. Because when the Ravan's kingdom starts, the character starts getting spoiled. However, it isn't it that there are two different worlds? People believe that hell and heaven exist at the same time. Everything is now being explained to you children very clearly. You are now incognito. Look at what has been written in the scriptures. They have completely tangled everything up. What not they have written. That's why Baba says they have completely tangled everything up there. No one but the Father can untangle everything that's tangled. People call out to him, I'm of no use, so come and purify me and reform my character. Your characters are now being reformed so much. However, when it comes to others, instead of being reformed, they are becoming even more spoiled. And that even this was said in one of the Murlis, everything can be known from one's behavior. Today, someone may be called a Maharati or a swan, but tomorrow he becomes a stroke. It doesn't take long because Maya is incognito. Anger is not visible either. When someone starts barking, it emerges, then it's visible. When we start screaming, then it becomes visible. Until then, it's not visible. Then those who were amazed by listening to this knowledge, relating it to others, run away. They fall so far, they become completely like a stone. There is the story of the court of Indra, because an angel brought a human being. Baba says such ones can easily be recognized. Those who are body conscious, Baba's, it's easily known. They shouldn't come into this gathering. Anyone who has received even a little of this knowledge will go to heaven, but this knowledge is never destroyed. But the Father says, you have to now make the effort to claim a high status. If you indulge in vice, your status will become degraded. You first become part of the Sun dynasty, then the Moon dynasty, then the Merchant dynasty, then the Shudra dynasty. You now know how the cycle turns. They say that there are still 40,000 years of Iron Age to go. You have to come down the ladder. If it were another 40,000 years, there would be so many human beings. In just 5,000 years, there are so many human beings that there isn't even enough to eat. Therefore, if there were many thousands of years more, the population would expand so much. So the Father comes and gives you patience. Impure, fine human beings continue to fight one another. Their intellects can't turn towards this side. Their role itself is like that in the drama. Look how much your intellects have changed. In spite of that, Maya still definitely deceives you. You have to become completely ignorant of the knowledge of any desire. If there are any desires, everything is lost. You become completely worth not a penny. Maya continues to deceive even very good Maharatis in one way or another. They can't climb into the heart, just like some can't climb into their parents' hearts. If they are not obedient, then they can't climb into their parents' hearts. Some children are such that they even kill their own Laukik parents. They even kill their family. Such instances we come across nowadays. They are very sinful souls. Look what Ravan does. This world itself is very dirty. You mustn't attach your heart to it. Baba, that's why he lets children have that unlimited disinterest in this world. Because what kind of world is this, and why should we have even any kind of attachment to such a world? A lot of courage is needed to become pure. Purity is the main thing that you need to claim the prize of the sovereignty of the world, and that's why what's required actually. Today's the essence of this Murli is purity. Purity is the main thing that you need to claim the prize of the sovereignty of the world, and that's why you tell the Father to come and purify you. Acha. To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, Father, and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you, spiritual children, and we spiritual children also offer love, remembrance, and say good morning, namaste to the Mother, Father, and Bap Dada. The essence for Dharna, the first one. In order to be saved from being deceived by Maya, become completely ignorant of the knowledge of any desire. In order to be saved from being deceived by Maya, you have to become totally ignorant of the knowledge of any desire. Don't let your hearts attach to this dirty world. Second, give the complete proof of your purity. The highest character is that of purity. So in order to reform yourself, you definitely have to become pure. Today's blessing. May you remain stable in your Trikaldarshi stage and become constantly unshakable and a detached observer as a number one fortunate soul. May you remain stable in your Trikaldarshi stage and become constantly unshakable and a detached observer as the number one fortunate soul. Remain stable in your Trikaldarshi stage while you create every thought, perform every action, and see every situation. Don't have any question marks such as why is this? Why is this like this? What is this? Always put a full stop. It's nothing new. Because when we see the past, present, and future, why is this happening? Then we will understand. So Baba says just apply full stop and nothing new. Because it happened in the previous cycle and it's happening and it will happen in the next cycle. Last cycle also I passed. This cycle also will pass. Know the part of every soul very well and perform your part. While having the relationships and connections with the souls, be equal in becoming detached and loving, and all fluctuations will then finish. To remain constantly unshakable and a detached observer is a sign of a number one fortunate soul. Who is the number one fortunate soul? The one who is unshakable, and he is seated on that detached observer seat. Slogan: imbibe the virtue of tolerance, and your harsh sanskars will become then cool.
सहनशीलता के मुकुट धारण करो तो कठोर संस्कार भी शीतल हो जाए। अव्यक्त इशारा है।
Today's awake signal.
बंधन मुक्त रहें, जीवन मुक्त स्थिति का अनुभव करो।
In this Abhyakt month, stay free from bondage and experience the stage of liberation in life. Your slogan is liberation, and liberation in life are your birthright. In the Supreme Abode, you won't even know what liberation is and what liberation in life is. You have to experience those here now in this Brahmin life.
इसका अनुभव इस ब्राह्मण जीवन में अभी करना है। मुक्ति और जीवन मुक्ति माना दुखों रोगों कष्टों से इस
The liberation and liberation in life is going beyond the influence or the effect of sufferings, pain, and any kind of pull.
शांति शांतिवन के सभी ट्रायल वाले भाई बहन ध्यान देंगे। आज सुबह 10:30 बजे सभी दादी जी मीटिंग
All the trial brothers and sisters are requested to pay attention, where you will get the godly gift on the occasion of Baba's Remembrance Day.
के ट्रायल वाले भाई बहन भी आएंगे और आज शाम का योग हम सभी के लिए 6 से 8 बजे तक यहाँ ही रहेगा।
So the evening meditation from 6 to 8 is in Diamond Hall. We will sit in Baba's Remembrance for 3 minutes.
समय पर अवश्य पहुंचेंगे और अपने साथ ट्रायल वाला कार्ड अवश्य लेकर आएंगे।
Let's let's watch the teachings of respected um, respected Dadi Prakash Maniji. So we use this term that is human being in general. It's not like many human beings are there. It's not like pieces. So we use generally human being. That is human matlab. It's that the body which is made of 5 elements, and there is the soul. There is soul which is present in every body. So in the same way, there is one supreme soul, and we are all one. We are the children of one father, and that's why the name is we are the peaceful children of one Baba, which is this is actually called the true meditation. Being in that awareness is meditation. Om Shanti. Shanti Baji.